Hi, this is Steve Walton from Tropic and PatioHeat.com. Today I'm going to show you this relatively simple but yet elegant design of this residential structure. And being that it's simple and elegant, it has a little bit of complications that I'd like to show. So let's go ahead and see what we have. First of all, our dimensions. You can see here we have 12 feet by 10 foot 7 and 15/16 of an inch. This bottom edge of I think these are double beams here coming across 7 feet 7 or 7/8 of an inch off the ground. And then the overall height of the structure here at the bottom edge of these pieces here are 9 feet 7 and 5/8. Sorry about that. That ridge line is what I'm talking about. Let's go ahead and turn that off. So the first option would be to place a couple of units on these outer edges. And this is where the issue starts to become a little bit of an issue. So the main issue that I have is making sure I meet clearances to combustible materials. And these braces here on the edge, they're decorative, but they're also wood, do present an issue with this dimension of a patio. So let's go ahead and look at what that issue really is. So of course, above the heater, well, I have these turned here, but let's skip that for a second here, and we'll come back to that. Below the heater, I need to maintain 18 inches from the edge of the heater to any combustible. So I think I have these at roughly 55-degree tilt from pointed straight down. And while that might look okay, it doesn't function correctly. So I'm going to turn that off, but I just want you to see that we do meet, the clearances. So here, let me turn that off, and let's look at the ray itself. So the ray is a light wave, and just like any light source, it emits out from the device. This is a heat source, light ray, infrared. And so as you can see here, I am not really capturing the space that I really need to capture. So let's see if I can reverse what I had here. Give me 1 second. So this is a 15-degree angle, and that would work well in the patio itself, but I have the issue right here, which is I'm not meeting the clearance to combustible with these decorative braces, so that presents an issue. So the only way I can get away from that is by moving the heater further inwards. That's not the only issue. The other part of this is that this client is in a very cold climate, winter climate, and so I have these at 4,000 watt units, and I don't think that would be sufficient for this space in such a colder climate. So I'm going to turn this clearance below off, and I'm going to put it in 2 more units. These additional units are mounted the same way. I think the clearance is still an issue below, so let's check that out. You can see that even this wider edge, I'm just nipping these edges here. So yes, that is still an issue technically. You could go with possibly a longer bracket. I actually have these brackets extended, so you'd have to get the extended bracket even to do what I'm suggesting here, and I have them set up at the very top of the heater, or at the top of the beam here, so that there's the possibility of getting this angle down without lowering the heater itself. So that's a 4-inch extended bracket there, I believe. That's what I have there. But in any case, this puts a nice footprint of heat, but we just have that one little dilemma here. So let's turn that off, and let's see what if we put some hotter units. These are 6,000 watts. The previous model was a 4,000 watt, but the 6,000 watt obviously has the same issue, and we need to do something about that. And the only thing we could do, like I said, is to move the unit further in so that we're not in that area at all. So if I go, let's see, about 16 inches, I guess, would be good. And with the 16 inches, we're more than clearing that spot. Let's see what it would look like over here. I can probably go maybe even 15 inches and be successful, but now our mounting wouldn't really work over this edge here. We'd have to hang the heater from a bracket above, so that would be the proper way of doing that. And then also we may not need to place this angle at 15, maybe only 10 or maybe 5 degrees, because we're having a lot of overlapping here in the center, which I haven't moved this one over, but let's just go with that 15 degree move. I'm apologizing, this is going to be a very long video for such a simple application. But so yeah, we have a 15 degree move, or 15 inch move, but you can see all of this overlapping on a very hot unit here. So again, I would want a hotter unit if I could have it, and then have a control system where I can dim it down, but I have that clearance issue. So mounting it from the ceiling, maybe on some extended chain, or you can modify the bracket and add an extender piece onto the bracket itself, would be useful. So that would be another option there. And then of course I have another option where you can place the heaters this dimension. These are again our 6,000 watt units. I'm meeting the clearance to combustibles, I believe. We have a little bit of an issue right there at that edge there, but this is just 16 inches over from this edge, and then pointed straight down to the ground. You can see I've placed this lamp here. I'm not sure if the customer is going to have some type of chandelier in the middle or not, but this would work out fairly well. I'm not getting the coverage from this 12-foot length here as I would like to, but that's might be the best we can do with an electric heater. And then also the final option would be to place a gas unit. And there's nothing wrong with the gas in this application. We have plenty of ventilation up here, so it would evacuate very freely. Now if it was a windy situation, I would recommend not using the heater above 12 miles an hour. However, you can see that we're not hitting these outside chairs very well with the two gas units like this. So that's just another thing to consider. But what we've got here is we have a 13-inch clearance above the heater. Let me just tap that on. So the 13 inches is above, and I'm coming from this edge right here, not the mounting point of the bracket, down to the top of the heater. And then we have 24 on either side, and we have I believe this is 18 from the back edge here. And it also goes down, but we're not concerned about that in this application here. So in any case, there's a few options that we can recommend. I probably like this option the best, which is the 6,000 watt dual element and mounted in this configuration, although we're still not capturing these outer chairs as well as I would like to. So if this support was changed, altered, made out of steel, or maybe eliminated some way, then we wouldn't have that issue at all. We can go with any one of those different options that I mentioned. All right, well, I appreciate you watching this video. If you wouldn't mind, give us a thumbs up, because it really helps the algorithms. We don't monetize our channel, so monetization just will increase your viewpoints, but we're looking for a thumbs up. And if you're looking for assistance with your outdoor heating application, feel free to send us an email to support@patioheat.com. And I thank you very much. Have a great day.